Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. May I take your order? Today we're going to finish up topic 14. It's our coordinate grid, coordinate graphing unit. Today is essentially about putting together the skills we've learned in 14.1, 2, and 3 and really just applying it to problems. So today's video will be me showing you one more problem as we do it together, and then a lot more of I want you to pause the screen, try the problem, and then check your work against mine. So, right here in this first problem that you'll see in the notes, it talks about some friends of ours, Lila and Steve. They're both saving money. Okay, Lila starts with no money. It's important. And Steve starts with $6. Each deposits $2 a day. We're going to change that to week. Into a savings account. Graph the relationship between the amount of money each person saves. Let X be Lila's money and Y be Steve's money, and then follow these steps. Right. Okay, so the first thing we need to do, right, is we need to create a table. We have Lila having $0 to start, and Steve having $6 to start. And then at the end of week 1, right, if Lila saves 2, so every week they each save $2. So she would have 2, he would have 8. She would have 4, he would have 10. She would have 6, he would have 12. Okay? So we're going to choose 3 of these X values here from our table to graph. Okay? So we need to turn these X values, right, because Lila is X, Steve is Y. We need to turn these into ordered pairs. So if you'll recall, an ordered pair has an X and a Y, and X and a Y, and X and a Y, and X and a Y. Right? Our X-axis goes horizontal. Our Y-axis, that's the ugliest X I've ever seen. Our Y-axis goes vertical. Lila is down here on the X, so we'll label hers. I haven't had coffee or breakfast yet today. It's very early in the morning, so please bear with me. And Steve's money is going to go up our Y-axis. Here, right, this is Steve. So now you plot the points, right? Okay, so our first point here, when Lila has no money, Steve already has $6. Right? When Lila has $2, Steve has 8. When Lila has 4, Steve has 10. When Lila has 6, Steve has 12. Okay? Then you're going to connect the graph, your plotted points, right, with a line. Okay? And now, the way that this works is this graph doesn't go particularly far because of the nature of the picture, but what we could do is we could say, okay, if Lila has $8, how much does Steve have using the graph? All right, here's Lila at 8. We're going to come up. We hit it here. Right? Okay, that will be $14. Well, what if Steve has $7? How much does Lila have? Okay, you find Steve with 7. You come across, well, Lila would have 1. You can use the graph now to answer questions like this. And that's the whole point of this. All right, so in this next example, you're going to find the missing information in this table. You're going to figure out some different X and Y values, and then I want you to plot everything on the graph. Pause the screen now and try and fill in the table. You notice here that the rule for X, right, is to add 3 to the A value. So this plus 3. And then the rule for the y value is to add 6. And so as long as you follow that rule for each one of these are fairly simple to figure out. And then you get down here to when a is 10, you know again that it is plus 6 for y and plus 3 for x. All right, I'm going to help you get your graph started, and then we're going to pause the screen and try it again. A reminder, our horizontal axis is x, our vertical axis is y. You're going to label your graph. Pause the screen, plot the points. You're able to plot points starting at 4, 7 and continue all the way up. What's nice about this graph, though, is you can also see, all right, well, what happens if x was 1? What would y be? When x is 1, y is 4. Right? So you're able to, again, use this graph to answer questions about different situations. All right. So what I want you here to do is I want you to plot the points from the table on the graph and then write a sentence about what you see between them. So a reminder here that each of these is an ordered pair, x and then y. All right. So pause the screen, plot the graph, and then also write a relationship. Okay, you'll notice on the graph right here we have all of our plotted points fit with a line. And then our relationship here I wrote it in 2 ways. One, in context of y, right? Y is always 6 more than x. The other one centered on x. X is always 6 less than y. We are going to skip a problem in the notes. The next one where I want to do here is problem 3a about the marching band. Right, the marching band uses a grid to determine every member's position. And so Juan starts at 2, 2, and then every 15 seconds he moves 4 yards east and 3 yards north. Label the first 4 positions Juan will be at. So let's do one thing. In the problem, let's change this to feet, and let's change this to feet. Okay. So what will Juan's location be at 60 seconds? What will his location be at 90 seconds? So he starts off here at 2, 2. And then every 15 seconds, he moves 4 feet east and 3 feet north. So at 15 seconds, he goes 1, 2, 3, 4 east, and then he goes 3 north. So he would be at 4, 5. Or excuse me, 6, 5. And then he goes 15 more seconds. He goes 4 more feet east, so he goes over to 10, and then he goes 3 up. So 10, 8. And then he goes 4 more feet east over to 14, and he goes 3 more up. So that would be at 14, 11. Total brain fart today. Definitely got to start having coffee. So here is our graph. It's our first 4 points. So this is 0 seconds, and then 15 seconds, and then 30 seconds, and then 45 seconds. Now the graph stops, but they ask us where he will be at 60 seconds. So at 45 seconds, he is at 14, 11. Right, that's 14 east and 11 north. So in 15 more seconds, he will be at 60 seconds, and he needs to go 4 more east and 3 more north. So he would be at 18, 14. Pause the screen and see if you can answer for 90. So The difference between 30 and 90 seconds, 60 and 90 seconds is 30 seconds. That's 2 more moves. And on each move, he moves 4 east, so I added 8. 2 times 4 is 8. And he moves 3 east, so I added 6, because 2 times 3 is 6. And that's how I got from 18 to 26 and 14 to 20. You could have done it that way as well. So your next steps are to log into the online textbook, complete the practice buddy, see me with any questions, and have a great day.